Hi, Steve here. I hope you're well. Here I am playing Mirandus, the new game from Gala games. It's not live yet as such, but because I have an exemplar, which is one of the characters, I'm able to have a little play around in it. I think it's still in beta testing at the minute rather than an official launch. However, you can see there's plenty going on. So at the minute, just to give you an idea of game mechanics, I'm stood on a wheat plot. I've already harvested all the wheat. I have a sickle for that, so I've chopped down all the wheat. I now have some seeds, so if I select the seeds, I can then choose to sow the seeds by popping them on these each sort of individual wheat plots. I'll just do a few of these all the way around me. And then I need to water the seeds to make them grow. So it's all fairly sort of formulaic and self-explanatory in a way. So let's just give all these a water. Doesn't take too long, and now we can see the wheat's growing. I'll take a stand back and you can see there's all the wheat that I've just sown, and the rest of it's still growing. What I'll do now is I'll select my sickle. I'll just jump in there. Oops, jumped a bit too far. I'm not quite used to the whole how much you can jump or not yet. Right, so there you go. And you'll see when I do that in the bottom right corner, it gives me a wheat. It also gives me a wheat seed, so I can just keep harvesting more. So I'll just harvest a few of these. And what I will now do, I won't do all of them. I'll now just pop over to this here, the windmill. And I will hopefully mill some flour. So to do that, I need to use 10 of my wheat and use 20 of my energy. The bottom three sort of counters, or almost like a car speedometer really. The bottom three counters in the left, the circles in the left hand side. The right hand side one is energy. The left hand side one is health. And the other two are showing how much sleep I need to have on the right. So I need to get a bit of sleep actually. And also shows that I need to eat some food, and that will deplete. So you've got to, you see in each of these is a line, so you've got to try and keep above the line to stay healthy. So I'm just going to press here to mill some flour, and if you notice in the bottom right corner when I do that, my flour will go from 2 to 3 and my energy depleted, but it's quickly gone back up. But my energy went down, but then the food went down by 2, because that's what helped to replete my energy. So if I now pop in here, we have an oven, a bread oven, and now I have 3 flours. I can bake some bread. There we go. So I now have, in the bottom right corner, you can see that the flour's gone, but I now have bread in my inventory. What I can also do here at the bed, simple bed, I can sleep. So if you look at the second counter in the bottom, the second sort of circle in the bottom left corner, you should see that the sleep sort of icon, the half moon, goes up after a sleep. So let's see if that works. Yeah, and that's now, yeah, that wasn't me by the way, but that is now totally repleted. Fantastic. So I'm just winging this, it's all fairly self-explanatory to be honest. Right, and on here, if I wanted to cook a nice sort of trencher stew, I would need 2 breads and 1 venison. Now, I don't have enough bread, but I can certainly get more bread by doing more wheat, growing and harvesting more wheat, milling more flour, and then making bread. For the venison, I think I'm going to have to kill a deer. But to do that, you know, keep coming over to all these different little stands. It gives you an idea of what you can do and what you need to make things. Obviously it's going to night time now, but over here we've got the archery stand where I can craft a bow. So I need a couple of bits of wood to make a bow. I need a bit of sinew as well, or if I then want to make arrows, I then need a couple of wood for that. And obviously I imagine when I have a bow and, well, a bow and arrow, I will then be able to go and shoot a deer. So, you know, you can see how everything kind of links together. it's fairly dark, isn't it? There is a massive sort of castle on the landscape somewhere, but I probably won't be able to spot it in the dark, unfortunately. Just have a quick look around. But there's a massive castle, and that's where most of the other players seem to be. Now, what I'm trying to do is gain some Materium, which will then be the in-game currency in the way that you sort of earn money from playing the game. And when I went into the castle, there was actually a big sort of floating orb, which is the Materium, and I went up to it, and whether I actually earned any or not, I'm not too sure at this stage, but hopefully I did. Anyway, just thought I'd give you the sneak peek preview of Mirandus and how it's looking. Pretty good, yeah. It's a a real world game with lots of things in there. I mean, I can jump, there you go, and I can run if I press the shift key. I'm playing this on my PC. You can see there's a load of waterfalls down there. I've not been in the water. Is the water okay for me? Yeah, it's nice and shallow. I'll tell you what, let's just have a little adventure and see where we end up, and then I'll leave you to it. A little log to go through. I'm sort of drawn in by the waterfalls. Probably be the death of me. But yeah, it's a very free roaming game with lots going on. There's a huge tower there, but a lot of these things that I'm seeing in the game are things that were, these are sort of, I'm pretty sure these are all sort of NFTs that were either available or still available to buy. So yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, you can see the castle, another big house. It's actually behind this little house I've been inhabiting. I'm not too sure what that massive tower is. I'd have to go check the NFT store to see what that is. But yeah, it's exciting. There's my wheat. I'm just going to hang around here basically and get as much wheat and bread. But within this big castle, looks like Camelot, that's where most of the other players seem to be hanging out. And they're not really doing very much. There's just a lot of people. I think they've logged in and just sort of stood around looking at each other. But yeah, I've been in there, and I hope that's been of use. Please like and subscribe. I'll have plenty more videos about Mirandus and Townstar and everything else to do with Gala games coming soon. And yeah, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. All the best. Take care. Thanks a lot.